Hello there, and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. Today's guest has been trained at the prestigious Nightmare Factory. Please give it up for Corporal Punishment. How you doing today, sir? You all good?
Good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I can't really complain, to be fair. Work's nearly finished near the midweek, so a few more days left, and then the weekend's around the corner. So I'm all good. But we're here to talk about you, see how you're doing, and talk about your wrestling career and also your military background. Before I do discuss wrestling-related subjects, I do want to speak with you about the military background first. Not just for myself, but I think the listeners will be very interested and will definitely want to hear about this. So if I necessarily don't use the correct terms or ask correctly, feel free to, correct me or, just say that's wrong.
Oh no, you're good, man. I'm real easy. I'm
Awesome.
real easy going.
Awesome. So how did you enlist to begin with?
Well, I was in a troubled situation. I was working and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I was just like, you know what? I've always wanted to be in the military. So I decided to enlist, and 12 years later, here I am. I'm still in. I mean, it's not for everybody. I'm not going to lie. But if you're strong-willed, you're determined, and you have the drive to do something, I mean, you can get through it.
How did you imagine military life before you joined? Was it a case of like, you see like films and TV shows, how they portray it? Or did you have like a different sort of mindset to it?
Actually, to be honest, I thought it was going to be a lot harder.
Really?
Actually, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah, I went in, I was ready to, they call it a shark attack, like a basic training. The first week you're there, they call it like, they give you all your immunizations. They teach you how to do DNC, which is drill and ceremony, march and talk and all this stuff, stand in line, stand up straight. Well, after the first week, you go into basic training. So I was excited about the shark attack, all these drill sergeants coming and yelling in your face and all this. And I was just like, what the hell? This is not what I expected it to be. It wasn't hard enough, is what I was saying. Like, I was expecting a lot more.
I did not predict that to be the answer. I don't think anyone would, to be fair, but fair play, though. Fair play. I actually want to go back to what you said, like the army isn't for everyone. But if you had to give advice to anyone that wants to join the army or wants to get into some kind of form of military, what would you suggest or what would you say to them?
Make sure you do your research. I mean, I may get in trouble for saying it, but recruiters are like car salesmen. They're going to tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So make sure you do your research. Make sure it's what you want to do with your life, because at the end of the day, it's not them that are having to go through all this stuff. It's you. They're getting a commission for you joining.
Yeah, that makes sense now. I mean, what I see, like, they're like, that's brilliant, it'll change who you are. But yeah, deep down, do your research. Like, if anyone is interested, I mean, I'm quite old and I'm pretty lazy, I'm not going to lie, but I respect anyone that does do it. How long were you? How long did you serve?
Yes, sir. I'm still in. It'll be 12 years in March.
Wow. So I will get into the rest in a moment, but so you're still serving, but you're doing training at the same time and performing in wrestling.
Yeah, I'm in the Oklahoma National Guard. I'm part of the 120th Engineer Battalion in Oklahoma.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Oh wow, I didn't realize that you're actually doing at the same time. So just for anyone that sees the image, it isn't just a gimmick, by the way. It's not Sergeant Slaughter. So that's not big, by the way.
It's me turned up. Like it was the easiest gimmick, if you will, to come up with. And like I'm actually not a corporal in the military. I'm higher up in ranks. It's just like sergeant punishment didn't sound right. And the definition of corporal punishment is ass whooping. So
oh, that's cool, man. I'm massive respect you, man. Let's talk about the wrestling then. How did you find transitioning from the army? I mean, I know you're still involved, but just while you're doing it, how did you do that? Make that transition, the jump to wrestling? I mean, were you a wrestling fan to begin with?
Oh, I've always been a wrestling fan. Growing up, my mom was a single mom of 5 kids. She was working all the time. we weren't allowed to watch it. So me and my brothers would actually sneak and watch it and record on VHS tapes, kind of telling my age. But like we'd watch it whenever my mom went home and stuff like that. And we'd wrestle in the backyard on the trampoline, and kids would come over and we'd wrestle. But I actually found a school in Tulsa to go train at. And it's the Hunger Dojo. And what it is before there was a Hunger Dojo, it was just a bunch of guys in a ring, and we were just wrestling and whatever. But it's called WAH, which is Wrestling Against Hunger. So it's at a church. And what it is we wrestle for free. And all the proceeds go to feeding hungry families. So all the money that's raised goes to a food bank, and we hand out food once a month.
No, I applaud you for that. Obviously getting to wrestling and obviously like being a fan yourself, but also having a rewarding experience as well. But with having a rewarding experience, just doing that, not just wrestling, but obviously, being able to help someone as well at the same time, doing something that you love as well. So it's quite a good experience. How did you end up in the Nightmare Factory?
Okay, actually, one of your current guests, Rush Freeman.
Hey,
he's from Oklahoma.
Shout out to Rush Freeman.
Yeah. And that guy right there, he pointed me in the right directions, where I needed to go, what I needed to do, the steps. Because like a lot of people, they like to do it as a hobby for a weekend thing. Like, that's cool. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Well, me, it's a passion. Like, I don't just want to do it on the weekends. I want to make it a career. So I talked to him about it. He said, you have to go to the Nightmare Factory. So I did what I had to do. I sacrificed time away from my family. I sacrificed time away from my job, spent the money to go there. And honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made.
I'm glad to hear that it was worth it. What was your first impression of the Nightmare Factory when you saw it?
I walked in and I was just quiet to myself. Like I've been in the military. I've done military training and all this.
Oh, sorry. I think you've gone. Yeah, I can't hear you at the moment. Can you hear me still? 1 second. Yeah, I think I think your mic's gone quiet. Can still hear myself though. Sorry. Try now.
Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect. I can hear you now. So you were saying
okay. Where did I leave off?
Sorry, it was the first impression of the Nightmare Factory.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so I walked in, and like I said, being in the military, doing military stuff, I kind of stuck to myself, just stayed focused. Like, you know what, I'm here. I didn't know what it was like going into it. I didn't know if it was like a competition. I didn't know, like, if I was just going to be sitting there and be judged. So I walked in, sat to myself, introduced myself. In comes Coach Carolyn, which is QT Marshall's wife. In comes QT Marshall. In comes Coach Glacier, which, if you have a chance to talk to that man, he is a wrestling walking encyclopedia. He is one of my mentors, and I respect that man so much.
I love to hear that.
But anyway, so we walked in there. Yes. And that man, like, he's everything wrestling. But I walked in, and it wasn't easy. I'm just going to say that. In the 12 weeks that we were there, I respect everybody that was in the class with me. I hope that they go on and do awesome things. I actually saw one of them debut on AEW last week, which was awesome. Yeah. So just going into it, like, if you're going to go somewhere, you need to go in 110%.
Yeah.
Because we started with like 20 something people. Absolutely. And it's like the military. It's not for everybody. So if you're full force, go do it, and just invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Invest in your career.
I can imagine, like, because you've got the military background, so automatically in terms of like drills and, fitness, I can't imagine that being, I can't imagine that being too difficult for you. But did you find yourself having any challenges like that may not stick out, maybe like promos or, you know, just the ability to sort of work in terms of with other people? Or did you find yourself kind of like, because you're a natural wrestling fan, you know, did you find yourself sort of gravitating quite easily to it?
Well, before I went to the factory, I have 2 years of experience. So
okay.
I wasn't what they call green.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a way to do things, and then there's the right way to do things.
Yeah.
So I learned that I was trained, but I wasn't professionally trained.
Yeah.
And that's what you get nowadays on the indies is a bunch of guys who want to be wrestlers, but they don't put in the work. They don't go to training. They don't do any of this stuff, and you just go out there and just look sloppy.
I can imagine, well, I'm not going to name names or anything, but from what I see, like a lot of them just too busy worried about social media, what they put out there and their merch,
Yes, sir.
but without actually, you know, worrying about what they do in ring, you know, improving.
Absolutely.
Because I think long term that is very important for character as well.
Like, and what's important is like we went in there and Coach Carolyn, she spent hours on each of us just giving us a food regimen, like a dieting plan. And like whenever I went into the factory, I was weighing 263 pounds. Right now I'm 226.
Bloody hell. You lost like 4 pounds. Bloody hell.
Yes, sir. So you put in the work, you do it all, and conditioning is everything. Conditioning is never not going to suck.
Yeah.
But you have to do it. And like I'd have a smile on my face, dripping sweat, and everybody'd be like, "Well, how are you doing this?" I'm like, "You're at the Nightmare Factory, bro. Suck it up. Like you've made it. You're here. The only thing standing between you and this is finishing. Do the work."
Yeah. No, I love your attitude.
And so the whole time I was there, I was do what?
No, I'm saying I love your attitude.
I appreciate, like, I have it on my arm. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's what I live by.
Nice.
So like anybody could say they're going to do something, but it takes a real person to actually go through and do it.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, I'm a real positive person. I like to give advice. I like to be the higher up, you know, just somebody people can look up to you, if you will.
And that's what I felt like.
I might not know everything. Might not know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, like, the Nightmare Factory has a good reputation. I've had a few people that have been there, you know, Cat Spencer, TSF, Rush Freeman, and yourself, and everyone applauds it. And just not just itself as a facility, but the coaches and things that they've taken away with them. And they kind of held on to the information. And I really like that. You know, the showcase, when is that going to be airing? The showcase, because I know they had one last month, but the one with you, that's more important.
Yeah, we did the showcase August 7th. Or no, it was August something. But it should be airing pretty soon. I'm not sure. I've been getting text messages from the editors because they have to go through and they
no spoilers or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
No, that's fine. If you can give us a little hint, so can we expect, you know, I don't know, no, obviously no spoilers, but what can we expect at least? Like, are we going to get our money's worth? Okay, it's free, but should they definitely check it out?
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, and what people need to go into, they need to go into it with an open mind, knowing most of these men and women have never wrestled before in their life. This is what they learned in 12 weeks, and they're putting on solid matches. They're telling solid stories. So, I mean, the whole, like I said, the whole experience was just awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely worth the money. If you're going to do it, start saving, invest in yourself. Just if you would put it in consideration, the stuff that we got to do, the people who we got to meet. Yeah. Like if you were like, okay, well, this meet and greet's this much, if this meet and greet's this much, this seminar's this much. Well, if you put all that into money perspective, we got way more than we paid for.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why it has the reputation it has. I actually want to ask you about some of the coaches, because you did touch on QT's wife as well, but I want to ask about your experiences, just if you can kind of any advice that was given to you that you can share on here? I know you mentioned about Glacier and Ray Lloyd's being like a walking wrestling encyclopedia.
Yes.
Is there any stories that kind of stood out to you that you could share on here, like with Cody or QT Marshall or any other coaches that don't necessarily get enough, praise or attention?
So QT Marshall, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated professional wrestlers there are in the world. This guy is one of the safest, if not the safest, performers out there. He can make anybody look good.
Yeah.
Everything he does is crisp, everything he does. And I'm not just saying that because he's one of my coaches. Like, I didn't know much about QT before I went into the factory.
Yeah.
I didn't do my research. But, like, getting to know the guy, getting to know his wife, like, they're just amazing people. They genuinely care. Cody Rhodes, I can't say enough good things about the man. We would do promos, and I'm not gonna lie, like it'd be nerve-wracking because we do promos, not just sitting here in front of everybody. You'd walk into an office and Cody Rhodes would be sitting there, and you'd cut a promo on Cody Rhodes right in front of him.
What the hell?
and then he'd sit down with you and he'd explain, okay, here's this, and this is what I liked. You should try this next time.
Yeah.
But like the time that I spent there with Cody Rhodes, like I felt like I made a connection with the man.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, like, don't be a mark. Don't be a mark. Well, these people are humans. Like, they're just like me and you.
Yeah.
They just on a bigger platform, you know what I mean? And they're genuine people. And I can't say enough good things about Cody. I can't thank him, QT, Coach Carolyn, Glacier, and Coach Luke. People don't know it, but QT's with AEW and Cody Rhodes is with WWE. They can't be there all the time. So Luke Sampson is like the head trainer there. He is there every day, day in, day out, teaching us. And there's people that come in and out as well. But he is there every day. He's dedicated. That guy, I can't thank him enough either. But one thing that Coach Glacier told us was there are faces, there are heels, and then there are superstars. One day, it doesn't matter who you're in the ring with. Don't let anybody treat you like you're not the biggest star in the ring.
I like it. I mean, part of me wants to go now to the school, but like,
I'm telling you, man, it is so worth it. Like, I can't say enough good things about it.
Like, I mean, there's a reason why it has awesome. A reputation. It's producing the talent that is. We see it now, like on AEW TV, just not even AEW, but like just on the indie circuit, on Dynamite, Dark, Elevation, and just around the world at the moment now. Just all kind of appearing everywhere now. Yep, Nightmare Factory. I know what I'm doing.
So there's actually a new promotion in Atlanta, which is about 10 minutes from the Nightmare Factory. It's called District Championship Wrestling. If you have not seen them, you need to look them up for sure. And most of the people there have graduated the Nightmare Factory, and they put on matches like WWE, AEW caliber matches.
Nice. So where can I find them on social media? I'm quite interested now. So I'm just making a note.
District Championship Wrestling. Or District Championship Atlanta.
I'll put /Atlanta just in case. Perfect. I'll give them a browse and a shout out to them as well. Just I'll have a little browse. I like to do that. I like to learn things as well. If I don't necessarily know about the company or the wrestler, and if someone says check them out, I'll happily do it. My time obviously makes it like I've got nothing else to do, but I like learning new things. It's awesome.
Yeah, you will not be disappointed. I promise you that.
Is that the company that I've been wrestling for since you've graduated?
No, I'm waiting to get an invite to that show. That's down in Atlanta, but see, I'm in Oklahoma right now, so I travel for work. I'm a welder. That's my shoot job. So I'm all over the country. So the first thing I do whenever I go to a different job is I'll look up wrestling schools. Well, a job in Louisville, come to find out, OVW's right there.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
So
Kentucky,
yeah, so I got to go in and I got to watch a few of the shows. I got to train with some of the OVW guys, meet Al Snow,
Nice.
Doug Basham.
How was Al
Oh yeah, it
Snow?
was.
So I genuinely love Al
Al
Snow. Like,
Snow is he's a real guy. He'll tell you straight up how it is. Same thing with
I beat
QT
around the
Marshall.
bush.
Whether you like it or not, he'll tell you how it is.
That's cool that you went to OVW though. Like, Doug Basham. I remember the Bashams. That was pretty cool. One thing I want to ask is, I think where you are quite early in your career, do you have any specific career goals? I know it may be a bit difficult, whereas, where you are still involved in the military and the army, but is there any goals that you think that you can achieve still?
Oh, there's me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can achieve a contract from AEW or WWE.
Yeah.
It's just the right time. I need to be at the right time in the right place. But I know I'm going to make it. There's nothing standing in my way.
Would you like to wrestle outside America?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, one of my good friends who I've grown pretty fond of and a connection to was Cody Hall.
Oh, yeah.
While I was in
awesome.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got to talk to him and get to know him, and we'd see each other once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually over in Germany right now wrestling. He'll be there all month over in the UK.
So he does a lot of traveling in the UK as well.
Like, I think
it's I forgot the family's name now. Paige from WWE, like her family. I know he goes over there a lot as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's over there right now, and which is awesome. But yeah, I'd love to travel the world and wrestle. Like,
be good though. I mean, you can come to the UK as well. Deep plug.
Hey, absolutely. I'd love to come to the UK. So one thing that Glacier would always tell us was never forget your why. Like, there's always have the why, the reason why you're wanting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's my kids. Okay, I want to be a hero, not just for my kids, but for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody around the world. It doesn't matter if you've gone through a broken home, things, but because I can't tell my kids a lot of stuff that I've done, because they can see me on TV. They can be like, hey, this is my dad. This is what I want to what he's doing. Why? So say one day you don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to get up and do whatever. You don't want to go to work. Mm-hmm. Write it down. Put it in your car. You know what? This is my why. And you see it. There you go. Now you have no reason not to.
I quite like that. I think I'm gonna borrow that and maybe steal it as well. But no, I think that's gonna. I like that.
Yes, sir.
I might have to use it to caption for this episode, but that's really stuck with me. That is don't forget your why. And surprised I haven't heard of that before. I mean, if anyone has, feel free to say, it's quite an obvious one, but I like it. I think it's really cool. That's awesome.
Oh, absolutely. And I appreciate it. Like I said, all credit goes to Coach Glacier.
That Glacier's, oh man! I just when I hear he's a really good coach, I just brings back memories of watching him like on VHS stuff, like Nitro as a kid. Myself, I'm showing my age as well.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Glacier gimmick, but I know it hasn't really aged too well. But who cares? It's fun. So.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it, and see, Ernest Big Cat.
Mm-hmm.
He Glacier's old tag team partner. He actually has been wrestling at District Championship Wrestling.
No way, the Cat's still going. I love it. He was a bad one. He's a bad one.
Yes, sir. He's still got it.
He'll whip your ass.
Hey, he's real.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just a gimmick. He will.
I think Bischoff used to say that he could actually he would.
Yeah, 100%.
No, wicked, man. I've got one last.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, sorry, mate. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, sir. No, you're good. That's just
awesome.
Like I said, one of the people that we got to meet. And
it
was just awesome. So.
No, I like it. It sounds like you've got a really good, positive outlook, positive experience. You know, sort of kind of what your goals are, but you're willing to learn as well on the way. And I just like your.
Oh, absolutely.
Well. It's really cool. It's kind of it's quite infectious as well. It's making me smile as well. It's good. But this is going to be a last fun question. I ask every guest this. Every single answer is different. So that's why I like asking it. So you can pick 3 dream dinner guests for your dream dinner party. It can be anyone. You can keep it wrestling related if you want to. Entirely up to you, sir. But if you can give a reason as to why you want them there, that'd be awesome. It can be even a cartoon character. It's entirely up to you. But you're the host. You get to pick. So I'll leave it in your hands.
3 dinner guests. Man. I want Mark Wahlberg there. You know, I've always idolized Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to, I don't know. I just
have a beer with him or something. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just say, hey, man, like I've grown up watching you, favorite actor, you know. I'd probably have, I'd have to have Coach Glacier there.
In the gimmick, though. In the gimmick. It has to be in the gimmick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Even in the gimmick, that's fine. But he'd keep the conversations going for sure. Like I said, he's a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah. Wahlberg, Glacier. And who's going to be a third? I love this.
Oh, man. Oh. Brian Urlacher.
That one's got in my head.
Chicago Bears Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I know nothing about American football.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Just one of the baddest SOBs to ever play the game.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, because I've got American listeners. Who do you support when it comes to American football? Who do you like? If you know any teams you like or anything? I don't really watch it.
Well, I was raised in Chicago, so I gotta be with the Bears, whether they win or lose. I'm a Bears fan.
Nice. I've tried to get into American football and tried to watch NFL, even the Super Bowl, and it's just not for me. But I really like American football films. Doesn't make sense, does it? I love them. Like, remember the Titans and stuff like that, Any Given Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. That's a classic. The Replacements, classic.
But when it comes to actually watching it live, nah. I tune out.
And that's weird because I was in Australia and I actually went to a football game and I just thought it was weird. It was like soccer and ping pong with your feet. I didn't get it, you know. I didn't get it.
Oh man,
it was fun. It was a great experience.
That's a great way to end this. Soccer and ping pong with their feet. You've just, oh man, if you said that in the UK, especially like around certain like teams, like I don't know, like Man United or Chelsea or Arsenal or whatever. Oh my god, I think people would actually cry.
I'd probably get my ass whooped, huh?
It's like religion here. Although to be fair, you probably still whip their ass, but it's not the point. But oh, that's made my day. That's made my day. As we're wrapping up this episode, is there anything you want to plug, share, or anything you want to say? The platform is yours, sir.
So, if you could, I'm trying to build my brand. Follow me on any social media. I have a Facebook, which is Corporal Punishment. I have a Instagram, which is Corporal_Punishment_Wrestling. I haven't made a Twitter yet. I'm not too tech savvy, so I don't know. I'm just trying to get my name out there, get my brand out there, and I appreciate you more than you know for reaching out and getting me on the show. And if you have a dream, go chase it, man. Your dream's not going to chase you. Go make sure, like, don't talk about it.
As you see it in the arm and the wires as well. Never forget the wires.
Never forget your why.
That's it.
It doesn't matter how little it is. Never forget your why.
That's honestly, that stuck with me, man. I'm gonna be like, yeah, no. How'd you come up with that? I came up with it. No, I'm joking. Cool, we'll post it. Came up with it. I'll put your details in the description below. I know you're quite a busy man, so I appreciate your time as well and you coming on.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Really, really enjoyed chatting to you. I think how you ended it was brilliant. So that's made me laugh properly. But no, thank you for coming on, sir. It's much appreciated, and thank you for your service as well. For everyone,
yes, sir, absolutely.
Listened to this episode. There's going to be more episodes of What You Call It. Sorry, I'm still giggling. There's going to be more episodes of What You Call It podcast coming up very soon. If you can, follow Corporal Punishment on the social media platforms. That will be in the description below. Whilst you're there, please give me a follow as well, so you can keep up to date with who I have in the future as well for What Do You Call It podcast. But if you can continue your support, share the channel and the content so I can continue to grow and have more guests like Corporal Punishment on, that would be awesome. But for now, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hello, I am Alf Edwards, and I will be appearing on the What Do You Call It podcast.
Yeah.